Starting this podcast changed my life. Coming to you live from my apartment, it's Rob Has a Podcast. Focusing on what's happening on these shows has been my life's work. I was 21 years old when I first saw an episode of Survivor, and I couldn't stop talking about it, and I still haven't stopped talking about it. I've done over 2,000 different podcasts recapping all these different shows. I just watch what happened and I can't believe it. Then I just can't wait to get in this hot room, sit here for an hour, and then I look up, it's been 90 minutes and it just keeps going. I think the reason why this resonates is because there are so many people who are watching these shows and they don't have anybody else to talk to about what they just saw. And they're looking for a destination, a place where they can have these smart, fun conversations. The reason why I create so much content is because I know that people aren't listening to these podcasts when they're at an amusement park or they're at some party. People are listening to podcasts when they're at different pain points in their lives. They're either in traffic or they're trying to get through the worst part of their workday. And this 2-hour Survivor recap is going to be just the thing that they need that's going to help get them over that hump. The best feeling that I get is when I get an email from somebody or they pull me aside at an event and say, Rob, this podcast helped me get through this really tough time I was going through. And I know that we're talking about silly stuff like twists on Big Brother, but maybe that happened to be just the diversion somebody needed that day. The support that I get from the patrons and the audience of the podcast means the world to me because nobody has to pay a cent to listen to it. That's why I keep trying to outdo myself and keep putting out more content and improving the shows because I want the supporters to be so happy with the shows that I'm producing that they want to be a patron because they believe in what I'm creating. For the people that want to and can support the shows, I try to give them community and accessibility. Once a month, I do a show where I take phone calls answering all of the questions from the patrons. Then I do a show with my wife where we answer emails and voicemails. And the rest of the time, I interact in the Facebook group, talking with the people who make this possible for me to have this job.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Rob and I'm popping into the patron group to do another Facebook Live.
And I'm especially grateful that I get to do this work that I love from my house, where I get to be a big part of the daily lives of my wife and my kids as I work on something that I care so much about. I want to keep developing and growing this thing that we've built over the years. I want to add to this team so that we can keep bringing you more shows and better production because I think that that's what the audience of the podcast deserves. So thank you for listening to these podcasts. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for letting me into your lives. I hope that you continue to enjoy the work that I'm doing as much as I enjoy bringing it to you.